Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you want to get more done, i.e. be more productive, then you are in the right place. In this video, I'll be sharing with you 12 tips to increase your productivity and get more done every single day. Now, I know that there are a lot of videos and blog posts out there with tips on how to be more productive. However, as you watch this video, I want you to think about them a little bit differently. Don't see them as 12 isolated tips, which you could try this one or you could try that one, but instead as a complete system that you can build upon. So you can start by doing the first thing if you aren't already doing it, but once you have that down, once that is a habit, then add the second thing, and then add the third thing, and add the fourth thing. And eventually you'll be able to use all of these 12 strategies together as one cohesive method of being more productive every single day. But before we get into the tips, let me give you a little bit of good news. Chances are you're already doing several of these things. In fact, you might already be doing most of them. You might just learn a few new things that you can do to really take your productivity game to the next level. Regardless though of what you're already doing or not doing, I hope that you see how beautifully all these different strategies can work together. So with that being said, let me tell you how the system works. The first step is to take care of yourself. This is something that I really hope you're already doing, but we can all improve on. What's involved with taking care of yourself? Sleep, nourishment, drinking enough water, exercising, supplements. These are all positive things to do that helps you feel more relaxed, which can lower your stress levels and allow you to be much more productive. Often I try to get myself motivated, and so I get myself hyped up and I drink coffee and I listen to motivating music, but ultimately I just wind up feeling stressed out, which makes me the opposite of productive. It makes me get all up in my head, work really slowly, and not enjoy my work at all. So the first step is simply to take care of yourself, keep yourself relaxed and comfortable and happy, because you'll do your best work when you are happy and feel content. Step number 2 is something that I feel very passionate about, and that is to keep your workspace clean and clear. Personally, I find that I'm so much more productive when my desk is clear and nice and tidy, and my entire workspace is neat and organized. When my space is a mess, I feel like a mess. When my space is disorganized, my thoughts feel disorganized. And it's very difficult to get work done if you're feeling overwhelmed. Step number 3 is to create a work routine. I'd highly recommend creating a daily work routine and also a weekly work routine. Your daily work routine might include factors such as when you wake up, what your morning looks like, what time you start working, and perhaps the order in which you do your tasks. By having a daily work routine, you'll be able to avoid procrastinating starting your work and procrastinating certain tasks. You'll feel more confident knowing that you're doing the right thing at the right time. You'll get into a state of flow more easily, and you'll waste less time making decisions. You can also create a weekly work routine if you have certain tasks that you only need to do about once a week. This can allow you to batch similar types of work together so that you can be a lot more productive and minimize the time that you waste by switching between tasks. My fourth tip is to go to bed with a plan. Think about what you need to work on the next day. Write yourself a simple to-do list and set your intention for what time you're going to wake up in the morning, what time you're going to start working, and what you'll work on first. That helps you to be a lot more motivated when you first wake up. It helps you to know that you need to get up when your alarm clock goes off and not hit that snooze button. And it also helps you to jump into your work with a lot more energy. That leads us right on into my 5th tip, which is to wake up early and wake up with intention. Now, if you are not a morning bird, don't freak out. I'm not saying you need to wake up at 4 in the morning or even 5 or 6. Just wake up a little bit earlier than you would naturally wake up so that you're waking up with intention. You're waking up on purpose because you're excited to work on something specific. That will help you to approach your day with the correct attitude to be the most productive, and it will also mean that you get in a few more minutes or an extra hour of productivity. Tip number 6 is track your time. This is something that I've not always done, but I find that it multiplies my productivity far more than I would expect. And there's actually several different ways you can do this. Sometimes I've tracked my time by setting myself time limits for each task that I'm going to work on. So for example, 30 minutes for checking my email and 60 minutes for filming a YouTube video, or 2 hours for working on a client project. Other times, I've simply set a stopwatch for each task that I'm working on to help me stay focused and try to do the task more quickly. Lately, the technique that I've been enjoying has been to use a time tracking app called Toggle, which is an app that you can use for clocking work hours. And something that I really like about it is not only does it have that stopwatch functionality that helps me to stay focused on a task and to try to do it just a little bit more quickly, but at the end of the week, I can look back on the metrics and see what tasks I spent the most time on and if I was wasting time on anything that wasn't really that important. Step 7 is eliminate distractions. And I know you know this is something you should be doing. It can be as simple as taking your phone and setting it just out of reach. You can turn your phone on airplane mode. You can close out the other tabs in your browser. You can install an app on your phone or your computer that blocks you from accessing websites that you know waste your time, like social media. And one more way that you can eliminate distractions, which you might not have thought of, is to actually physically block out distractions by putting on your headphones or putting in earbuds. I actually like to do this and not play anything in my headphones at all, but just to block out some sound and to help me stay focused. However, you can listen to music if that helps you focus, or you can listen to some white noise. Some white noise that I like to listen to sometimes is the sound of rain. Step number 8 is to know your objective. You can't be productive if you don't know what you're producing, and the goal is to actually be productive, not just busy. To be effective, not just efficient. It's literally impossible to do important work if you haven't already decided or know what is important. So before you start working at all, get clear about what your intention is, what your goals are, why you're doing what you're doing, and what you're trying to accomplish. So now that you've decided what your goal is or what is important to you or what you're trying to accomplish, the next step is to actually take action on that thing. The most practical way that you can do this is to focus on those tasks first. And this basically means that you need to prioritize the important over the urgent. Step 10 is a continuation of this thought, and that is to audit your to-do list. Take a look at your calendar, take a look at those to-do lists that you've written for yourself, and eliminate anything that isn't really serving those higher priorities. Now, of course, there are some things that you simply have to do as maintenance or for admin purposes, but anything that is optional, consider whether or not it is actually serving your goals. And those things that are not optional, consider how not optional they really are, and if there's some alternative way that they could be accomplished, or some way that you could eliminate them altogether. Tip number 11 is to schedule your important work. So beyond culling your to-do list, focusing on those most important tasks first, also consider actually making appointments on your calendar for you to focus on projects that really fulfill your goals. Your personal goals should take priority over the goals that other people are imposing on you. So make the tasks that support those goals your most important appointments. Appointments with yourself. Here's my final tip. Take imperfect action. Now, I know that this might not seem like a productivity hack, but it can help so much. Oftentimes, the reason that we don't produce anything is because we do not act. And why don't we act? So often it is because we are indecisive. We aren't sure quite how to do something, or we aren't sure exactly what we want, or we aren't sure what the first step is. We haven't decided yet. And because we aren't sure, we don't take any action. We wait until we are completely ready, or until we know what we want, or until we understand the entire process. But really, we just need to start taking action now. If you want to write a book, or start a YouTube channel, or start a business, or take up a new hobby, just start where you are right now. more than likely you know what the first step is. And if you don't know what the first step is, the first step can be to just do a little bit of research. The less time you waste being indecisive, the more time you'll spend being productive and moving yourself towards those things that you really want to accomplish. These are the tips that I use every single day, not only to maximize my productivity, but to be effective, not just efficient. To accomplish meaningful work, not just to occupy myself with busy work. If you enjoyed this video, first of all, leave me a comment down below and share with me which tip you found the most helpful and which one you're going to start implementing immediately. Second, don't forget to like this video because that really helps me out, because then I know that you enjoyed it and I know that you want to see more videos like it in the future. And finally, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because I make 2 videos every single week and I wouldn't want you to miss the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found the video really helpful and I look forward to seeing you again next week.